Hey everyone, it's been a couple of weeks. I've missed you, but I haven't had a chance to sit down and film, so I thought we would get ready together. I basically am packing a travel makeup bag today. I have been traveling a lot. By the way, this is the new Phytosurgence lip balm. This is just their clear one. It's so nice if you like a waxier lip balm. They come in these aluminum tubes that are very satisfying. That was just the clear one. I also have the shade Warm Waves. Looks like this. These are very, very sheer, but it's a really nice Your Lips But Better sort of shade. Just wanted to mention that real quick. So Sean got a new job. It's in the Bay Area. He's working in football again, and we are now essentially splitting our time between the Bay Area and LA. It's been kind of a curveball in our life, but it's a really fun one, super exciting, lots of fun changes happening, but it means that I'm spending a lot more time traveling, either on the road or by plane. So I've been keeping sort of a go bag of makeup that I just kind of have packed and ready to go. But when I'm home, I do like to cycle out my makeup. So today I thought I would pack the absolute essentials that I need and then cycle out some new things that I'm like auditioning or trying out, some new releases. By the way, this is my cushy makeup bag. I've talked about it before. This is a leather makeup bag. I've used it for like over 4 years now. And the reason why I love it is that the vinyl like lining actually zips out and you can machine wash it, which is amazing. It's brilliant. This is the medium size and it's more than enough room to pack my makeup and makeup brushes as well. Let's get started with some skin prep though, and this portion of the video is sponsored by Prose. So if you're not familiar with Prose, they are a hyper custom beauty and hair care brand. You go through this really detailed consultation with them online and they customize skincare for you. So I have my trio of customized skincare that I actually customized during the consultation, knowing that I would be traveling a lot. And so I really wanted to focus on calming and soothing and hydrating skincare. I don't know why I get such a tickle out of the fact that my name is on it. It's such a small thing. So this is their cleanser. And by the way, their packaging is really beautiful. It's minimal, it's sleek. Obviously it has my name on it. It also includes key ingredients and all of the info on how to use it. So I specifically wanted a cream cleanser and I wanted a fragrance-free cleanser. You can actually choose if you want fragrance or not throughout their customization process. And my cleanser includes certain key ingredients which are listed on here, like niacinamide, caviar lime. It also contains vitamin E and bakuchiol. I wanted a cream formula because I wanted something that would be really hydrating and gentle on the skin, and this is exactly that. And I find that on days where I'm not wearing makeup or maybe I'm just wearing sunscreen, I can do a single cleanse with this, or I can even do a double cleanse with this, and it really breaks down that SPF. It gives me a really nice cleanse, and it also rinses clean, which is really key for a cream cleanser. Sometimes they don't rinse clean, you know what I mean? They leave a film. This one doesn't do that. For the serum, I wanted something that would be just generally soothing, calming, that would help keep my skin clear, but nothing super active. So the key ingredients in my serum, which you can see here, are hyaluronic acid and bakuchiol. And my skin goals are to soothe and glow. This is the kind of thing I can use in the morning and in the evenings. Let me just show you the texture. It's really nice. It's this milky serum. You can see it's hydrating like that. I just take a pump or two and apply it to the skin. It's nothing too active, but it is just enough of something, that bakuchiol, to kind of keep congestion clear. I do find that when I travel a lot, I get dehydrated and congested. Sometimes I feel like those two things are at odds with each other. So having something that's soothing and hydrating and calming while also addressing some congestion is like the perfect balance for me. My skin just drinks that up. It gives me such a nice glow. I feel like it wears nicely in the morning, like under makeup, as well as in the evening. If I'm feeling extra dehydrated, I might even go in with a little bit more. And I also like to bring it down my neck just for that extra juiciness. And then I'm gonna go in with my moisturizer. This one has squalane and ceramides, which you guys know I love. Squalane gives skincare products that really nice, like slippy, hydrating feel. And then ceramides are like the building blocks of skin. So it helps really keep your skin barrier strong, which is important, especially when you're traveling, when you're on flights, when you're in like AC and stuff like that. So this is the moisturizer. You can see my key ingredients here. You can see my skin goals here, and my skin goals are to moisturize and smooth. So the thing I like about this moisturizer is it's right in the middle of textures that I like. It's buttery, it's hydrating, it's definitely moisturizing, but it's not overly rich either. I find that it just is like my Goldilocks moisturizer. And you can see it has this really nice spread to it. It gives me a nice glow, but it's also not too rich. And I feel like if I want more moisture in the evenings, I can use more, but I can also use like a thinner layer of this during the daytime. And here's my skin after. It just looks glowy. It looks hydrated. I feel like it did sort of plump up my skin. It's giving me a nice glow. And I actually feel like I'm having a really good skin week. I have been using this really consistently. I'll include all of the info for how to learn more about Prose, where to shop them in the description box below. So that's my Prose routine. I feel like my skin is looking really good this week. It's just looking really even toned and calm. So I'll include all of the info for where to shop Prose in the description box. You know where to look, linked along with everything else. So let's get into the rest of the makeup. I did apply some regular SPF off camera, but I'm gonna go into my base, and I have a new base product that I have been loving, and it's the only base product I've used in like a couple of weeks, which is saying a lot. It's the Naked Sundays Beauty Screen. They call it their Peptide Foundation Tint. It has SPF 50. It's a mineral SPF. It's also fragrance free. I wear the shade 2.5, and it's basically a perfect base product for me, in my opinion. So like the Prose routine, this is also fragrance free. You can hear it's very fluid. One thing I don't love is the packaging. It has this like squeezy tube, but it's so fluid. So just be sure to open it with the cap up. That's just my advice to you. But I really love this. It actually doesn't feel like an SPF product at all. It's very much like a skin tint serum-y sort of formula. So I'm just gonna take my brush, and it has the most gorgeous blend. I mean, it's like such a good match for me. I feel like if I want to build it up, I can. My favorite thing about this formula actually is that it just looks like skin. It's truly your skin, but better. It's like light medium coverage, but you can see it just like evens over redness. I feel like it does blur any skin texture and pores. It retains that gorgeous glow of skincare, but the thing about this is it actually looks good all day long, and that's also why I've been traveling with it. I feel like a lot of skin tints, like they look good when you apply them, but then throughout the day, they kind of dry out or they just kind of wear off. But this looks good all day long, and I don't quite know how they do it. I feel like it just wears into the skin even better. It might lose a little bit of that glowiness throughout the day, which is totally normal, but it somehow stays looking like fresh skin all day long. And when I do apply it with fingers, I can get a little bit more coverage out of it. I actually even bring this around my eyes just because I really like the glow that it gives to the under eyes, and I have not been packing concealer, which is very unusual for me, but I feel like that just speaks to how much I like it and how versatile it is even around the eye area. And this is the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. I love this brush. It's so versatile for foundation, for cream, cheek products. I love it. I am trying a new product today, and I have the new Live Tinted Blush Crush. This is their liquid blush, which very much seems to be a trend right now. I know the Hourglass blushes are trending. I still haven't tried those, but I do have all 4 shades. These are so pretty. So they do come with a doe foot applicator, and it is like a serum-y blush formula. These shades are so beautiful. Okay, so let me show you these in order. So this first shade is called Love Language. The second shade is called Magnetic. The third shade is called Emotionally unavailable. And the last shade is called Infatuated. And I just love this shade curation. There's a shade for everybody from fair to deep skin. And I feel like the pigment on this is like really good. Sometimes I feel like liquid blushes or serum blushes can just blend away, but this looks really nice. So I think I'm gonna go in with this first shade, Love Language. I've really been into cool toned pinks lately. I feel like they just make my skin tone look a little bit brighter. I'm gonna try this out on the back of my hand first, just because I'm not quite sure how pigmented these are. I'm gonna pick some up with the other side of the brush, the smaller end, and I have been really into that like K-Beauty under eye blush sort of moment. Oh, I actually love that. It is serum-y, so it's hydrating. It's got a bit of a glow. I'm curious to see how this is gonna set down. I might even take some across the bridge of my nose. I feel like actually these are really easy to mix colors too, because this formula allows you to customize more easily. So that's gonna go in the bag. I'm actually curious to try on one of the deeper shades. Kind of want to try Magnetic, which is the deeper pink. I feel like these two shades actually go really well together. It has sort of like a mauve-y quality, so I'm just going to pop that kind of on the apple of the cheek. Really pretty, very naturally flushed. You guys, lately I have not been wearing a lot of bronzer and I kind of like it. I'm kind of liking just a blush moment. I feel like it looks a bit more youthful, a bit fresher, especially when I'm traveling and I might be looking tired. I might have bags under my eyes, that sort of thing. I'm kind of liking the focus only on the cheeks in terms of blush. I'm realizing this is turning into a very skin-focused look, but I feel like when I'm traveling, that's really what I want. I just want to look really fresh and awake and rested and hydrated. This is one of the tips that I've been loving and really enjoying. At this point, I then go in with a setting spray before I go in with powder, before I go in with eye makeup, all of that. I might do another layer of setting spray after, but especially when I'm using dewier skincare products, this is essential, and this is my latest setting spray love. It's the Cosmetics Divine Water Perfecting Mist. It's kind of like the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray in that it retains a really like skin-like look. It doesn't look like setting spray, but it's a little bit more hydrating. Actually, Jane the chemist, my friend of mine, talked about how they use the same film formers in the formula, but this has more hydrating ingredients. I'll link that video below. This has an even better mist component as well. It's super, super fine. At this point, this is when I do go in with the setting spray. And I sort of let that dry down and set the liquid makeup. While that's drying down, I just kind of run a Q-tip through my eyebrows because I don't want any gunk in the brows. And as it's drying, lately this is my one and done eyebrow gel. It's the Cosmetics Brow Cream. Again, not a new product, but it's just the sort of thing that is so easy to travel with. It's a one and done brow product for me. I do bring a brow pencil, but a lot of times I don't use it. I don't know, I'm just going through a real natural makeup phase lately. I do wear the shade Universal Taupe. Then I'm gonna go in with powder. Lately, I've been using powder more to blur the skin than set the skin. I feel like I'm going for dewier makeup these days. I also feel like my skin isn't quite as oily as it used to be. So I'm taking a rougher 30 into my Old Faithful Chantecaille Perfect Blur powder. And I'm literally only setting around my nose and around my mouth, and then the very, very center of my forehead. Everywhere else, I've been liking just to leave dewy, even on the cheeks. Then you keep that beautiful glow from the skincare, from the makeup where I want it, and then I just like strategically powder down the T-zone. Then for eyeshadow, I am trying out a new product. I'm super excited about these. These are the new Half Magic Beauty Sparkle Sticks. And they're just like glittery eyeshadow pencils. I've swatched all of them for you. They're so pretty. I love the shade curation. So in order, this is Champagne Snowflake, Cloud Kid, Twirlita, Faux The Dreamies, and Punk Pony. And I love how this is like this like Y2K kind of cool toned curation. I'm most drawn to this champagne shade and this blue. And I also really like Faux for a slightly like smokier more dramatic look. And the great thing about these is that they're so slim, you can pack a few of them in your makeup bag and just call it a day. I think I'm gonna go in with Champagne Snowflake just to see, because I do want like an eye brightening look. And I'm just gonna use this close to the lash line. Yeah, you can use this as like an all over diffused eyeshadow moment, or you can use them more as an eyeliner, like concentrated along the lash line. I'm just going to apply this kind of all over as like a really beautiful scattered glitter moment. But I do like that the glitters aren't too chunky. They are this like refined, scattered sort of glitter. And I actually like that this is like a light champagne. It's like a crystally light champagne. It's not a deep champagne, and it also doesn't have much of a base color. So it kind of just looks like a glossy lid. Really pretty, really versatile. You don't even need a brush for this. Yeah, I might just leave that as is. I feel like it goes with the glowy skin moment. And I just want to show you, once these set down, they really set down. Like they're not budging at all. Really impressive. I feel like that bodes really well for travel because a lot of times with travel, there are long days. So I like knowing that these eyeshadows, once they set down, will not move. And I feel like lately when I wear color on my eyes, I kind of just want a pop of color anyway. So a single pop of color shadow is like the perfect thing. When it comes to my lashes, I am a little bit high maintenance when it comes to traveling. I just still include all 3 steps, which is the curling, I include a lash primer, and then I'm still loving the Clio tubing mascara. But I have a new lash primer I've been loving. It's by a brand started by my friend Felicia. She's on Instagram, Dr. Felicia PhD, TikTok, all of that. So it's called Gold and Olive, and this is their Set the Curve Eyelash Curling Primer. So this is a clear primer, and it's a dual-sided brush. There's like longer bristles and shorter bristles. I just kind of use any bristle. And I really just work it through the curve of the lashes. I don't work it through the base so much because the curve is where I really want it to set. The thing I like about this wand is that it's a very fine wand, so it's not gonna clump product through your lashes. And then I go in with my tubing mascara. I've still been loving this. I feel like it's my mascara of the year so far. And I like to use mascara on top of the primer when it's still a little bit damp, like not completely dry. I should have just done one eye to show you, but I think you can see the difference. It creates a really fanned out, separated lash look, and it doesn't change the formula of the mascara itself. I feel like some lash primers can make a mascara clump up, and this one definitely doesn't do that, and it holds a curl all day long. So it's totally a must-have for me. And then for lips, I obviously like to bring an assortment of lip products. Lately, this is what I'm loving. My lip balm and my tinted balm from Phytosurgence. But I have a new lipstick shade that is so pretty. So this is not a new formula, it's newish. It's the Merit Matte formula, which is one of my favorite matte formulas, but I have a new shade. This is the shade Power, and it's such a beautiful, like rich pink. It has this depth to it that makes it punchy without looking retro. I feel like sometimes really vibrant pinks can look a little bit 60s or a little bit too retro. This one still has a vibrancy to it. So I just like applying it to the center of the lips. And then I just kind of like to blur it out in a very like worn in sort of way. Then I have a Glossier lip liner in the shade Grip. It's a really good pairing with this lip shade. And I almost just sort of graze the edge of my lips because I don't want a really, really crisp line. I actually want a diffused, blurred lip line. And I find doing lip liner after lipstick for this sort of look just keeps the lips looking a little bit more natural. Sometimes if I line before, the lip liner gets really dramatic. This way I can only add liner where and when I need it. Fleur perfume, the travel perfume in the scent Soft Spot, it's still been a favorite of mine. It's like a cozier, warmer sister to their Missing Person fragrance. It still has that white floral, but there's a bit of amber in here, and it's just a great everyday perfume. So yeah, that is everything I'm packing in in my makeup bag as well as my travel skincare. I really appreciate having a more pared down sort of minimalist travel bag that I can keep on the go. And I especially love how soothing and calming the Prose skincare has been for me. I feel like this is the kind of makeup look, this sort of really minimalist skin forward look that I can only do when my skin is feeling great, it's feeling supported and healthy. And it's the kind of thing that I like to wear when my skin is in a good place. I just want the look to be really skin forward. So that's what I am packing. I will link everything below. If you have any questions, let me know. I do feel like I've been going through a bit of a transition sort of behind the scenes. We're transitioning, Sean's transitioned into a new job. We're transitioning into being like two city people and being on the go a little bit more. But now that we're on the other side of this and settling in, it's been a lot of fun, and I feel like I'm excited to share more stuff with you as we go along. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.